Hey everybody, I want to talk defensive countermeasures mindset while I'm driving here. I'm going to relate you in the vehicle behind the wheel to defensive countermeasures. You're in the vehicle behind the wheel. There's some things that you should do before you go to your destination. Number one, look ahead. Look at the traffic reports. If you have information that there's it's going to add 2 hours to your commute because of an unforeseen accident or an event in that area, you can avoid it. Right? Same thing with defensive countermeasures. You can avoid a situation if you know there's going to be civil unrest or you know you're going to a place where you're asking for trouble, avoid it. Let's go back to traffic, right? So you did your advance work, you didn't avoid it, but all of a sudden you get down in that area and you find yourself in a bad situation. You know, a half a mile off the road, you can see blue lights, you can see brake lights everywhere. You see people standing outside their car that looks like they've been there for an hour. Make a hard left or a right, make a U-turn. Change your direction, right? Look for a different route. Same thing applies with driving. With defensive countermeasures, right? If you notice a threat ahead of you, change direction, jump in a store, do something, but don't go in the direction that you feel threatened, okay? So that's a little bit of that. How about de-escalation, right? So if you are stuck in the middle of this traffic and you look over to the right and there's this nice restaurant and you know what your tolerance level is to sit in traffic for the next 2 hours and you're in the center of summer heat and humidity and you got a quarter tank of gas, maybe you should just de-escalate. Make it right. Go get yourself an iced tea and some wings and relax. Same thing for defensive countermeasures. You're out and about and you look ahead and you see something that is coming at you and it gets to you, and you have the ability to de-escalate that situation through some good verbal tactics, such as, hey man, I don't want no problems and I'm going to leave. You're absolutely right. Whether you agree or not, you're absolutely right. And I apologize. Even if you don't apologize, get yourself out of the situation. So some things to think about. And there's discretionary time and non-discretionary time. Discretionary time is doing the advance work, right? If you know in advance that there's going to be monster traffic issues, avoid it, right? You have discretionary time to do that. If you see something ahead, avoid it. Change direction, pick a different route, escape, right? De-escalation, same thing. If you're out and about, de-escalate it. If it's traffic, go get a bite to eat, all right? Take some deep breaths. At the end of the day, if none of that works and you have to defend yourself, all right, you need to train. You need to have the proper mental mindset from a legal perspective. Any of your actions need to be justified based on the totality of the circumstances, and it's going to be analyzed and the reasonableness of your actions. And if they were necessary, you're going to be analyzed. So make sure you keep that in mind. You're always best get out of the situation, avoid it, de-escalate it before any of that happens. But if you use force, it's no different than you being at a four-way stop sign and you've already stopped and there's a car approaching, you're assuming he's going to start to enter the intersection, and that car blows through his stop sign. You didn't have discretionary time. You had to act now. And that's the same thing that's going to occur to you if you're violently attacked. You're not going to have discretionary time. Only way for you to survive something like that is to train and hope that your skills are much more proficient than the bad guys if he has to jump on you. So, little mindset about traffic and correlating that to defensive countermeasures. Stay tactically conscious, my friends. Visit our website, www.peaceorhavoc.com.